Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python programming course. Next lecture we are going to discuss about nested if statement. In the previous we have done many problems on the if else statements from the last two lectures. Now I will explain this small concept nested if statement. So for example, suppose a bank wants to approve a loan. First, the bank checks whether the customer's salary is enough. Only if the salary condition is satisfied does the bank check credit score. If salary is insufficient, checking credit score becomes unnecessary. This type of decision is making is called nested if. Let's see a small simple definition of this statement. A nested if statement is an if statement written inside another if statement. So let's see the syntax. If after it, we'll write that condition. Next, again inside we'll write if after that condition two. Then later we'll write the statement. This is the syntax of nested if statement. The inner if statement executes only if the outer if statement is true. This is the important rule. And if the outer condition becomes false, then Python never reaches the inner condition. So let's start with a simple problem. Suppose let's see a suppose placement eligibility for CGPA. Let's see the CGPA calculation for placement eligibility. Suppose CGPA equal to, let's take float type, enter CGPA. Now those backlogs. Now let's write the condition if CGPA greater than or equal to 7.5. Then let's write another condition if backlogs, let's take 0. Then let's print eligible for placement drive. Let's run this. So this question is about suppose a company listing the university has two rules. Rule one, students CGPA should be at least 7.5 and student should not have any active backlogs. Suppose student enters the CGPA of 8.2. Let's run this. So if I enter 8.2, then enter number of blocks. Backlog should be 0. So eligible for placement drive. So after entering 8.2, 8.2 greater than or equal to 7.5, this becomes true. Now Python enters the outer if block. Only now Python check the inner condition. Yes, backlogs we have entered 0. So this is also becomes true. Therefore, Python prints eligible for placement drive. Now consider another student. If I let's run this again. If I enter 6.8, then number of backlogs is 0. So no, it it prints nothing because 6.8 greater than or equal to 7.5. This becomes false since the outer condition itself is false. Python never checks the backlog condition. This is the most important concept in nested if statements. So why nested if nested if statements helps us avoid unnecessary checks, and this improves efficiency and models real world approval systems more naturally. So this is the simple concept of nested if. Now let's start with match case statements. This now we are going to learn about match case statements. So this is the Python's modern alternative to long if else chains. Suppose in the now we have learned about if else, if else and nested if. Now, but imagine suppose we have 10 or 15 options. For example, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If we use if else for all these options, the program becomes very long and difficult to read. To solve this problem, Python introduced match case statements. It works similarly to switch case in other programming languages such as C++, Java, and JavaScript. Suppose let's see the definition of this match case statement. The match case statement is used to compare one value against multiple possible cases. So let's see the syntax of this. Suppose match variable. Let's see the case value one. Suppose if you write value one. After this, I'm going to write this statement. First, we are going to write case two, case of value two. Let's write statements. First, this is the default statement. Default statement is case default statement. Now, here Python takes the value inside the match statement. Then Python compares it with every case on case one by one. As soon as matching case is found, Python executes that block and stops checking further cases. If no case matches, Python executes the default case and represented by an underscore. So now let's see the small program on this so that you can understand very easily. Matchcase.py. So suppose if I enter day equal to int input, enter day number. Now let's like match day. So if I enter case one. Now let's print. So let's run this. Yes, it's working. Suppose the user enters 3. So now Python checks case 1 means not match. Now case 2 is also not match. But if I in case 3 I have entered 3. So case 3 match found. Immediately Python prints Wednesday. Now Python do not check the remaining cases. This is why match case is more efficient and cleaner than writing many else conditions. And this is the syntax for match case. Many of them forget this syntax. Now let's see another example. Suppose if I take let's see about grade description system. Suppose if I enter my grade equal to input enter grade. Now match grade. Now let's see case A. Now let's print here excellent performance. Now let's enter here case B. Now let's print very good performance. Let's print average performance. Let's print here tail. Invalid grade. So we have taken grade as an input. Now we have built a grade description system. Suppose, for example, A means we gave here A means excellent and B grade means very good performance like that. Now, suppose if a student, let's run this code. Suppose if a student enters A, A grade, now it will print excellent performance. Now Python store this value inside a variable called grade. Now Python enters the match statement. First Python checks case A. So case A, does the entered grade match A? Yes. So immediately Python executes excellent performance. Once Python finds a match, it stops checking the remaining cases. Now suppose if a student enters C grade, now it will print the good performance. Yes. In case A, not match. B also not match. C match found. Immediately Python prints good performance. Again, I will run this, and if I enter Z, yes, invalid ground, invalid grade. Since no case matches not not match here, so Python executes default case represented by underscore here. I have given here default case represented by underscore. So it prints invalid grade. This is exactly how this match case statements are going to work. Let me see where as it's recording. This is exactly how this match case statements are going to work. Let's see with our last example so that you can understand very clearly. Let's see one of the most important example. So calculator using match case. This question is about suppose num1 equal to, let's take in type input, enter the first number like the second number. Now calculate suppose choice equal to, enter operator like plus minus. Let's match choice. Let's print here. Result equal to num1 plus num2. Let's print here. Invalid operator. So let's run this. Yes, it's working. Now we have built a calculator. Then the user enters two numbers. Let's run this again. If I enter 20 and my second number is 10. Now if I enter the multiplication operator, so result is 200. Now Python checks the first condition, case plus it is not match, and minus also not match. Now it matches the third operator. What we have given here, multiplication operator. Therefore Python performs, we have taken num1 as 20 and num2 as 10. Now Python performs the 20 into 10, which is equal to 200. So this is the example for this match case. Now let's continue with while loop in the next lecture. Thank you for watching this video. See you in next lecture.